Hey guys, we're gonna have a good video for you guys today, so grab a drink, grab a snack, grab your journal, and sit back and relax and enjoy. I only finished half of this, and half of it took me a year. I'm enjoying these so much because I get through these in like 10 days. I made journals too. This one was like an art journal, traveler's notebook style. So I started journaling when I was about 10. I am 28 now, so almost 2 decades. That's kind of scary. I'm old. I started when I was about 10. And when you think of a 10-year-old journaling, it's usually consists of scribbles, you know, like, ooh, I did this today. Sarah said this and this today that I didn't like, or I don't know, weird stuff and silly stuff like that. It's nothing deep and philosophical or deep. Yeah, deep. It's not very deep. Their content is not very deep. But when I was 10, that's what I would do. I would do. If I had a journal from when I was 10, I would show you, but I don't have one, which I'm kind of sad because I would love to be able to see what I would write down as a 10-year-old. But unfortunately, I do not have one. I progressed a little bit towards when I was 14. I was still journaling pretty avidly, I would say, as a 14-year-old would. And coincidentally, when I was 14, I also started to nosedive in the area of mental health. My mental health was taking a nosedive, and I was hospitalized for the first time for mental health reasons. I'm not going to disclose my mental health issues or diagnosis on this channel, but my other channel, I have been talking about it. If you're interested in learning more about my mental health stuff, go to my other channel. It's right here. But if you're curious, I can also put a link in the description. But yeah, when I was 14, first diagnosis, or first hospitalization, and also more into journaling than anything. That was kind of like my outlet, my friend that was always there that doesn't talk back and doesn't judge, basically. That's what I thought of my journal as. It's someone that's always there. That's not ever gonna judge you for what you have to say. And yeah, journaling got me through a bunch of stuff. It still has gotten me through a bunch of stuff. It's gotten me through, again, a lot of mental health stuff, It's gotten me through my transition, my transition from female to male. I'm a trans man. It's gotten me through the death of my father. It's gotten me through moving out of my mother's house into my own apartment, which is this apartment. It's gotten me through high school to undergrad to my master's to graduate school. I'm currently getting my master's. It's gotten me through a lot of stuff, and I am in a good place right now because of journaling. If I didn't have journaling, I probably would not be here today. Honestly, I probably would not be. Either I would be 6 feet under, or I would just be on a bench somewhere, sleeping. Yeah, I'd probably be homeless or something. I don't know. But yeah, that's kind of like my progression. Like now I journal every single day. I keep a journal with me everywhere I go. I have this journal with me everywhere I go, and this one with me everywhere I go. Yeah, I journal every day. I have a very immersed into a journaling practice. I practice every single day. And yeah, I've always been someone who preferred paper and pen rather than the digital. The intimacy of the ink on paper or ink on page I find to be special and very unique. You just can't get that feeling as you get from paper and pen on an iPad or a laptop. And I find when you write things down, you remember them better too. I had a professor in college, my undergrad, complimented me on using paper and pen instead of writing things on my computer. When I started out, I probably started out with like one of those 50-cent composition books you get from Walmart. And that's really all you need to start out with, is just a 50 cent. You can start out with anything. If you want to spend the money and get a $20, $30 journal, go for it. But you really don't need to. You can just get a composition book, spiral bound or not. I don't like spiral bound for some reason. They gave me the ick. I don't like it. That's your choice. But you don't need to spend all that money. I have devoted lots of time and lots of money into my journaling practice. I mean, lots of money into my journaling practice. My mom can attest to that. Hi, Mom. But all you really need is a notebook and a pen. And pens are preferred because they're more archival than pencils are. Pencils will fade faster than pens will if you're looking into saving them for later on and then being able to look back on them in the future. Pens are better for that. So the question arises, what do you write about? What do you write about? It's a very common thing to ask, and a lot of people struggle with this. Even me sometimes. But don't worry, don't let this stop you. Don't let it stop you. I would suggest just to start off with a daily check-in. How are you feeling in this moment? Are you stressed? Are you calm? Are you worried? Are you excited? What are you feeling in the current moment? Also, you could do sort of like a bullet journal practice, which I do in the mornings, is what are your plans for today and what do you need to get done for that day? And throughout the day, I will refer back to my book and check things off as I get them done, or I'll write things down, things that happen, like in this book mainly. Write things down that happen, my feelings, my thought, things that are happening around me, thoughts that I'm having, feelings that I'm having, just everything. Everything that's in my head. Like, I'll give you an example. I wrote on June 30th, I was at work and I said, I'm so tired, I want to take a nap. And I usually don't want to take naps. I don't usually want to take naps. So I guess that day I was like extra tired. June 21st, June 21st was Father's Day. And Father's Day was particularly hard because my dad has passed. This day I said that gas was under $4 again because we had that like spike in gas prices. And that day gas was under $4. It was like $3.95 or something like that. But doing these practices every day has gotten me through a whole lot of stuff. Like, again, my mental health stuff, like depression and everything, my transition, the death of my father, moving, losing friends due to deaths. And you don't have to limit yourself to the type of journaling you do either. You can just do like the typical writing, or you can make poetry, you can do songwriting, you can do mind dumping, you can do art reflection. Like in this journal, I would draw, and then I would do a little reflection. Or I would, like again, draw and do a little reflection. I'll show you some of these. This is not all the journals that I have had in the past. These are just some of the examples of types of journals I've had in the past. So I've had like the cliche ones from Barnes and Noble, like these ones that you get from Barnes and Nobles. I would not suggest getting a really thick one just because myself, I get really bored with things really fast and I need new things all the time. That's why I'm enjoying these so much, because I get through these in like 10 days. This, I only finished half of this, and half of it took me a year. Actually, maybe like eight or 9 months. But I only filled half of it, and I got bored with it, and I moved on. So I would not suggest getting a really big journal. I've had the traveler's notebook style journals. I have had the typical moleskin journals. Is it gonna focus? There you go. This one was actually one I had taken to a hospital, psychiatric hospital, and I was looking through this and I love going through some of these. Like, I haven't looked through this book in forever, but this quote that I just found, it's very relevant to my master's right now. I'm getting a master's in art therapy. In this quote, it says, "Pain is such an important thing in life. I think that as an artist, you have to experience suffering," by Naomi Watts. And then you can see patterns in your writing. Like, I was looking through this book, and I was going through a lot of psychosis at this time. When was this from? What was it? The dates. September 2015. So I was 17. Yeah, 17 through 18. Yeah, when I was 17 and 18, I wrote this. And I was looking through it, and my handwriting changed like 3 times in this book. Like, I was writing like chicken scratch, and then I was writing in all capital letters, and then I was writing almost in like cursive. Like, this is almost cursive writing. Yeah, it's interesting to be able to look back on like journals and stuff and like notice things that you didn't remember. And then I did like bigger notebooks, like squared ones, and I used to do like really decorative like bullet journaling, like this bullet journaling stuff. This one says, this one I would put like little sayings in here. This one says, "Depression is colorblind and constantly told how," it says, "Depression is being colorblind and constantly told how colorful the world is." Oh, that's kind of cool. You can tell I was going through some stuff right then. And yeah, I guess I didn't finish that one. Okay. And you put stickers on them. I find if you put stickers on things, you keep them longer rather than just leaving them blank. And then I made journals too. This one was like an art journal where I did like some paintings, like the watercolor paintings. And then I was doing some little flowers there. So there's limitless what am I trying to say? There's limitless options. There's so many options for you to start journaling, and you just need to take one and start journaling. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but all you have to do is start. Yeah, all you have to do is start. Just start journaling. And then I wrote a little passage for my progression went a little like this. Scribbles and short thoughts from a 10-year-old. Poetry from a 12-year-old. Sad and negative thoughts from a depressed 16-year-old. Aspirations from a high school graduate. Fears from a struggling undergrad. And goals and excitements from a master's student and a future art therapist. That's it for today. I would really suggest, if you don't already, go get a notebook and start writing. Keep with it. If you don't like it at first, keep trying it, because it could change your life. Changed my life, definitely. It kept me alive most of my life. I mean, I've been journaling for most of my life, almost 2 decades now. And I can confidently say that it has saved my life. Just go get a journal. Go get a notebook. Go get a pad of paper. Go get something. Go write. Go write. All right. See you later, guys. Stay safe. Bye.